Hi, my name is Steve Renner. I'm a resident of Alton for the last 6.5 years and the parent of 2 children here at Alton Central School. I'm also a volunteer as the communications coordinator for the Alton Central School Buildings and Grounds Committee, and I'm here today to take you on a guided tour of Alton Central School to show you some of the recent improvements made to the school and as well as some of the long-standing concerns, including the modular units here that we have at Alton Central. This is the first of 4 modular units that we will be addressing today. As you can see, this one's right at the main entrance of the school, and we're going to take a look inside to look at some of the issues concerning this modular. We're inside that front modular outside the main entryway, and just to show one of the issues with this one is that it is placed over top of the grease receptacle for the kitchen, so there is a drain line that comes out and ends underneath this modular into a large tank, which creates some odor problems as well as maybe some public health issues. That main line is corroded to the point that any further maintenance on that line is not possible at this point. So there you can see the access hole in the floor. The other thing to talk about in this modular is that this structure is over 25 years old. There is not a significant amount of natural lighting that's here, which has been shown to increase student improvement, the more natural light that they have access to during classes. We're in the middle school boys' restroom. This restroom was renovated in 2010 to make it much more efficient to maintain with touchless fixtures and also ones that were less water consumptive. Some of the prior fixtures that are here and in the other bathrooms use 5 to 6 gallons per flush. These use less than 2. This would be part of the building that would not be affected by the current proposed renovation project. We're standing near the exit that the 4th graders and anyone who uses the Title I or special ed programs would use to access their modular classrooms. As you can see, it's a rather long walk from here to the 4th grade modulars. One of the problems with the current modulars is there are no restroom facilities. Any future modulars that would need to be purchased and installed here at Alton Central if the renovation is not completed in a timely manner would require that bathrooms be installed to those modular units, which would require running plumbing and drain lines from roughly where we're standing out to those portable classrooms. The other requirement is that this walkway would need to be covered year-round with a permanent structure. As again we noted with the other classrooms, there are very few windows to allow natural lighting, and each building also has their own heating and sometimes cooling systems. This is the restroom in the elementary school wing. This was built in roughly the 1960s. We're going to take a look at how these fixtures compare to some of those improvements made in the middle school wing. So we're in the boys' restroom in that elementary school wing, again the 1960s bathroom. As you can see, compared to the middle school wing, these are not touchless fixtures. The toilets and urinals are all of the old high flow, hands required type. You can tell as well that this bathroom is just in need of some general cosmetic work as well as we look at cracked tiles, stained floors, and other wear and tear sorts of issues. We are in a 3rd grade classroom that is affected by, again, one of the other main drain lines that does not function properly. We're in a 3rd grade classroom, and the 2 adjacent classrooms that include 1st grade and preschool are also affected. As part of the renovation project, those main drain lines would need to be dug up and replaced. There is a noticeable sulfur or rotten egg smell when you come into this building as a result of those non-functioning drain lines. These are classrooms where students do occasionally need to be relocated when that smell becomes overwhelming and actual materials have bubbled up out of these sinks in past months. We are standing in a small access way from the elementary school that connects to the art and music areas that the students routinely use. Again, we're here to talk about some of the security concerns in the building. We have some, obviously, with the 4th graders and special ed students moving between modulars and the main building to use restrooms. Here we have 2 doors that aren't always securely locked and are also uncovered. Part of the renovation plan would be to enclose this walkway, giving added security to our students as they move back and forth between classrooms. I'm standing behind the school at the pickup and drop-off area that is used 2 times a day. This area would be covered if the renovation project moves forward, so that the students will have a sheltered area to gather both before and after school while they're waiting for their grown-ups. The parking lot will be renovated as well. It would be made clear that there would be a one-way pickup and drop-off loop. Although there have been improvements made in recent years, this is still sometimes confusing for parents. The parking lot will also be expanded to include almost twice as many cars as it does now by adding parking lots along the egress road here behind the school. We are now in a 5th grade classroom in the 1950s wing of Alton Central School, and we're here to take a look at the old windows. These are single pane windows. This entire wing actually would be torn down and replaced with a 3-story structure. More on that later. However, part of the renovation project would be to replace all of these single pane windows throughout the school with a double pane, low R rated, energy efficient window. Welcome to the Alton Central School cafeteria. This is where students have lunch. There are currently 4 lunch periods each day. If the renovation project is approved, that can be reduced to 3 lunch periods a day, which increases the flexibility in academic scheduling, as well as making it a little bit easier on the kitchen staff here. Should the gym warrant article pass, the back half, or this room will actually be renovated to become kitchen and food storage space, and the existing multi-purpose gymnasium would serve as the cafeteria. We are in the storage locker that formerly was the locker room for the Alton sports teams. This is where athletic equipment is currently stored. As you could see as you went by, the former shower room is used to store gymnastics padding, and actually behind the camera, which you're not able to see right now, is a non-functioning toilet and sink. This room frequently doesn't necessarily smell like gym equipment, but does smell a little bit like backed up sewer from time to time, and it's probably not the most sanitary conditions for keeping athletic equipment. We are in the Alton Central School, what I like to refer to as a multi-purpose room. It does serve primarily as a gym for athletic teams as well as routine gym classes. However, it's not only used for that. As you can see, there is a stage here. It is where the performances for school plays are done, as well as some assemblies as well. So this room is part of the older section of the school, and is definitely in need of some upgrades. There were recent upgrades done in 2010 where the ceiling was refinished and some energy efficient lighting was installed, along with automatic sensors that these lights will turn off when sections of the room or the entire room are not in use. This would become the cafeteria, auditorium, and also be available for use as a gym and a continued multi-space at Alton Central School. I'd like to take a few minutes to walk you through the renovation proposal as it exists today from the Alton Central School Board and Buildings and Grounds Committee. The whole point of this renovation is to help the school to meet its mission statement of small enough to create a safe environment that inspires each child to excel. The main goal of this project, and that is our main goal of this project. 65% of the project costs go towards renovating the existing facility as it stands today. 35% of this project would go to expand or replace portions of the school within reason. The state guidelines are 30 square foot per student. So any of the new classrooms that would be constructed here at Alton Central School would technically house 30 students according to state standards. However, Alton School Board policy is to set those standards at a lower capacity. For 5th through 8th grade, it's 25 students per classroom. That would be a 900 square foot classroom. And for 2nd through 4th grades, it's 22 students. These numbers are significantly lower than the state standards, but are felt to be important for educational reasons to our students in Alton. Taking a quick look at the elevations here, put together by the architect, just shows the building from various perspectives as it would look upon completion of the renovation proposal. The next one up shows the whole site plan. Just a few highlights for what you're seeing here. As we saw out back, the existing parking lot would be redone to create a clear one-way drop-off and access point here for students both in the morning and the afternoon, basically replacing existing parking spaces and adding roughly 80 more paved parking spots to the back lot of the building, almost doubling the existing parking. All of the athletics field would be regraded and an irrigation system would be added while those fields were being replaced. Part of the rationale for that is to reduce overall maintenance costs and ease of maintenance as those athletic fields are used year-round. As you can see here, this iteration of the plan does not include the gymnasium, the new gymnasium. This is where the new gym will be constructed if it's voted upon by the voters of Alton. If that happens, our existing multipurpose space would also take over the role of cafeteria in addition to auditorium, assembly area, and the functional gymnasium. As we pan up again to take a look at the actual floor plan, the detailed floor plan, what you're seeing are areas in red would be newly constructed portions of the building. These would include the 3-story wing that would replace the existing 1950s wing, the oldest wing where we saw the single pane windows. These 3 stories are required to replace all 4 of the existing modular units that are currently in the school. This would bring all of our students and teachers into a secure building and would allow the building to have limited access to outsiders during the school day. Areas in blue would be portions of the building that would be retasked or significantly renovated as part of this process. This blue area over here would be a centralized administrative portion of the building, would include a larger nurse's office, centralized student services, including conference rooms, the principal's office, vice principal's office, and other administrative staff. This would help to increase the efficiency of that staff without having to move throughout the building throughout the day. Also a portion here, this would be a secure double-doored vestibule where any guests coming into the building would have to sign in first at that main office before giving access to the building. This other red portion here would be a combined media center. Right now we have a middle school library and we have an elementary reading center. Both of these would be combined to produce this new media center. Portions of this would be able to be closed off for individual classroom use while leaving the rest of the library accessible to students as they come and go throughout the day. Other things that were discussed were this connector, which would now be enclosed and secured, so students will be able to get access to the art and music rooms from the elementary school without having to take the long way around the maze of the building, and also this covered parking area out back. So 65% of this project would be renovating the existing space. This would include new electrical, plumbing, and ventilation systems throughout the building. Right now, the measured airflow in this building is approximately 0. Adding ventilation systems would help improve student performance, improve the climate control system of the building so that even heating and cooling can be produce comfortable environments for the students, and also increase healthy air quality. Alton has gone through a hard time in the last few years, but according to a Lakes Region Planning Commission study issued in 2010, Alton was the second fastest growing town in the Lakes Region through the years 2008 in terms of building permits and population growth, despite the challenges in the economy. We can significantly upgrade and improve the educational opportunities that our students will have here.